Good Erev Shabbos, as we come to the end of what has been a horrifying and shocking week. Although I will be holding a special drasha tomorrow, but aware that not everybody will be able to be there, I wanted at least to record some short thoughts as we enter Shabbos. We all have gone through a terrible week. First, the shock and the disbelief. We saw pictures that we thought we would never see again. We read reports and we started understanding the full intensity of the horror, the barbarity. I don't need to say more. You've all seen this. And we all thought to ourselves, how could this have happened? This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't fit with our expectation, our understanding of who Israel is. It doesn't fit with our understanding of what happens on a Simchas Torah of all days. And the truth is, there is much more Torah to be said and deeper Torah, but not at this moment in time. We then went on to the second stage and seeing the death toll and the number of injured rising. And then we went from shock and horror to pain. And then we become afraid. Fear. Fear sets in when we realize what is happening and the impact it has on the global stage. Not just in Eretz Yisrael, but the impact it has around the world. And fear is one stage away, chas v'sholem, from panic and despair and giving up. And that is exactly what Hamas wants. And that is exactly what we must not do. Because we are not powerless. We are unbelievably powerful. Everybody misquotes the famous song from Rav Nachman Mibreslov, Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar ma'od. The world is a narrow bridge, but the main thing is not to be afraid. Va'ikar shelo lefached. That's not what he wrote. He wrote Va'ikar shelo lehispached klal. Don't frighten yourself. It is okay to have a little bit of fear. In fact, it would be cruel and insensitive if we did not take to heart what happened in Eretz Yisrael and realized how it impacts us. Of course, we should be a little bit afraid. This is serious. We don't know where and how this is going to end. But what we may not do is make ourselves afraid. What we may not do is keep addictively searching for worse and more graphic photos and videos on social media. That's exactly what Hamas wants. They send a lot of them out themselves. You want to go on social media? That's okay. There are some amazing groups. I'm on a group which only posts photos and videos of dancing with soldiers, of tzitzis being made for them, of people showering them with love and food and clothes. That's who we are. We are the most incredibly powerful people. Go on a WhatsApp group that shows you how some anonymous Haredi man donated 250 tickets for soldiers to return home. Go on the WhatsApp groups that show you people dancing, welcoming the soldiers returning. Lift your spirits, even as you are afraid, because we are never, ever powerless. We are unbelievably powerful, and sometimes, sadly, it takes barbaric animals. And in fact, even that's not fair. It's worse. Animals are not bad things. We can't even call them animals. To draw us, to pull us together. We are not allowed to frighten ourselves, because when one is in a situation of panic or fear or despair, then we are paralyzed. We can't do anything. We think we can't do anything, and we don't act rationally. And that is the worst thing that we possibly can do. What we need to do is think about bitachon. We need to think about that if every blade of grass has its own personal malach, kal vachomer, all the more so, every Tyra, precious Yiddish neshama, has its own malach. Hamas cannot do anything. They are nobody. They are nothing. They can't do anything. We are the ones that can do things. For some unknown reason, the Ribbono Shel Olam allowed this terrible thing to happen. But now that it's happened, we need to think that we are powerful and we have power to respond. We need to think about what it must have been like to live through the Purim story, where the only big empire in the world, you are told, every single one of you, Taf v'noshim, you are all going to be killed for being Jewish. And what did we do? Mordechai took the kinderlach and he said Tehillim. And we davened and we did teshuvah. That is what we can do and that is what we must do. How many videos of soldiers do we need to tell us that they need our tefillos? They need our tehillim. That's how they feel. And they know that we will win Im Yirtzeh Hashem, but only with the ammunition of what we can do, the chesed that we do, the tzedakah that we give, the lashon hara that we don't speak. And instead of watching another stupid, wicked, horrible thing on Instagram that just makes us feel bad and makes us nervous, and that feeling passes on to our children and to those around us, instead, take out a tehillim. Give a bit of tzedakah. Call a friend in Israel. Do something positive. We are not powerless. It's okay to be a little bit afraid. But v'ha'ikar shelo lehispached klal. Do not frighten yourselves unnecessarily. Do not paralyze your loved ones. Do something. Say some tehillim. Think that this is not random. We have bitochen. Chayenu hamasurim biyodecha. Say brachas out loud. Think about an asher yotzar. Make points of connection between yourself and the Boirei Kol Olamim, the Ribbono Shel Olam, and he should send a refuah shalema to those who need it, and hatzlacha to our soldiers, and everybody should stay safe and come out of this as soon as we possibly can, bigger and better and stronger. Good Shabbos.